Good morning, children. Now for today's class, we will continue the gravitation which we had started in the previous class. In the previous class, I told you that Newton, apple fell upon him and he started thinking about that. And he gave this gravitation. He came to the conclusion of Earth's gravity. He also thought if Earth can attract an apple, or Earth cannot attract moon? Moon also should be attracted towards the earth. It should also fall because it is moving around the earth. We know that moon is moving around the earth. Now, as the earth is attracting apple, earth also should attract moon, and moon should fall towards the earth. It shouldn't move along that path. Now, why does it happen? To understand this, let us see an activity. We all did this activity when we were small. What you have to do, take a thread, tie it in a piece of stone. Take a thread and tie it on a piece of stone and start moving it in this manner. See here the person is there, stone, a thread is tied and it is moving around in this manner. So what happens? This stone will move along a circular path. Yes, it will move along the circular path unless and until we are controlling it. Now, if we leave this stone, what will happen? This stone, if it has come here after moving, it will move along a straight line in the tangential path. You have studied about tangent in circles. So, this stone will move along a tangential line in a straight line as about a tangent. It will not move in this particular path, that is circular path, as it was. Now, what happens? First, this object, this stone, we are moving it. So, what is happening here? If we are moving it with a fixed speed also, then at every point its direction is changing. At this point the direction of the stone is something different. Here the direction of stone is something different. Here the direction of stone is something different. Means direction is changing, means velocity is changing. Because what is velocity? Speed with direction. So velocity is changing. When there is change in the velocity, there is acceleration. Now if there is acceleration, the force, what happened? There is acceleration and there is a force which keeps this. Due to this acceleration, what happens? This is moving along a circular path. Now the force that is keeping this object accelerating and moving along a circular path, that force is called as centripetal force. What is centripetal force? You see that. The force, it is the force that causes acceleration. I told acceleration is there. This stone is accelerating. At each and every moment the direction is changing and hence the velocity changes and the acceleration is also there is acceleration. So the force that causes acceleration and keeps the body moving along this circular path is acting towards the center. There is a force which is acting towards the center, which keeps the object in the circular path, and acceleration is there and keep its motion in circular motion. So that force is called as centripetal force. Centripetal word means center seeking. Centripetal word means center seeking. So what is centripetal force? The force that causes acceleration and keeps the body moving along the circular path is acting towards the center, and the force is called centripetal force. Got it? So this stone is moving along this path, accelerating and moving along this circular path because of centripetal force. Okay, and this centripetal force provided with the gravitational force gives the gives the reason of motion of moon around the earth. Moon, we know that it moves around the earth. Planets, they move around the sun. Now the cause for the motion of the moon around the earth and the motion of planets around the sun is this centripetal force provided with the gravitational force. Got it? Now, importance of universal law of gravitation. How is this universal law of gravitation important in our day-to-day life? You all must have heard, if anything is left in space where there is nothing, no force of gravitation or no gravitational force, what happens? It just floats. Everything will be floating in space. Everything keeps on floating just because lack of gravity. So we are able to stand or sit, or we are here. The force that binds us to the earth is gravitational force. It is due to the gravitational force that we are bound to the earth, and we can stand, sit, move, and everything. Now, the next one is the motion of the moon. I told you, motion of the moon around the earth, it is also due to gravitational force. The motion of planets around the sun, this is also due to gravitational force. If there was no gravitational force, the planets wouldn't have moved around the sun, as I've explained you about this activity. Now, the last one, it is the tides due to the moon and sun. You know, on full moon day, that is Purnima and Amasya, we are told by our parents not to go nearby sea or not to go in the river, just because huge or high tides are there. Now, this high tides is what? Because of the gravitational force. Yes, moon is also attracting earth. So, but due to the very huge distance and moon, the mass is smaller, so earth is not attracted towards this. But it is also having that, due to that gravitational force of the moon, there is high tides due to the gravitational force of the moon and sun. So this is all about the importance of universal law of gravitation in our day-to-day life. So for the next topic we will see. I hope so you have understood today's class. The next class we will see the next topic. Thank you.